In the studio by Emerald Maxwell. Emerald, good evening. Much misinformation has swirled over the release of the treated radioactive water from the ruined Fukushima power plant into the ocean. Now, recently, a video has been circulating that appears to show thousands of dead fish after Japan began releasing the water on August 24th. Tell us more.
So, yes, Delano. So we're going to have a look at the video, which shows thousands of tons of dead fish, in fact, floating in the waters near a Japanese beach after the water's waste release. Well, that's what it claims to be. And it's been shared mostly in Chinese on YouTube and also on different social media channels. We have one, here it is on TikTok. And these are still up, despite the fact that AFP has now debunked it. And I'm going to show you how they did that. So first, with a reverse image search, on Google, they found that the video was initially posted on the Chinese version of TikTok Douyin on February 7th, 2023. It was also posted on Weibo on the same date, and as we can see here with the caption, what's happening in Japan? But both of these posts were from months before the water was released in August. And news articles from the time in Japanese also reported on these fish mysteriously washing up. Here we have one article which tells us that they were washed up on the beach in Itoigawa near the Tsutsuishi fishing port. And that is on the west coast of Japan, while the Fukushima plant is on the east coast. So AFP was able to geolocate this beach using this information. And we can compare the two next to each other. We can see here that they share similar features. The articles reported that the cause of the dead fish is unknown. But in any case, we can see that the video is old and is now being shared out of context, Delano.
But Emerald, this video is not unique because we've had posts like it about the Fukushima water that have been emerging since the end of August in Chinese, but also Korean and even in English on social media. So what's going on here?
Yes, indeed. And there is another video that surfaced and that's been shared widely recently in Chinese social media posts, claiming to show how dirty water is flowing from the Fukushima plant. And if we don't have any sound on this, but actually in the background we hear some Spanish being spoken, which is the first clue that isn't quite what it seems. And indeed, AFP has also debunked this video. And in fact, once again, using a reverse image search and Google Earth, they figured out that the video was shot at the end of June 2020 in Mexico. We can see here media outlets reporting on it at the time, around the time, and in fact, they explained that what we see is a runoff of a large discharge of raw sewage in Mexico's Acapulco Bay. So once again, not Fukushima related. But this sort of disinformation about the water has seen a marked increase since the start of the year. And this company, this data analysis company called Logically, has reported on that. Its report says that Chinese officials, state media, and pro-China influencers have been running a coordinated disinformation campaign to sow doubt and public anger about the Japan government's plans. And this was while scientists and the International Atomic Energy Agency were weighing up what was safe to do with the water. A phrase that is used again and again in these social media posts is nuclear contaminated waste. What they do is they neglect to mention that the water has actually been treated, and actually that Chinese and Korean nuclear power plants, in fact, are discharging wastewater with much higher levels of radioactive material than Fukushima. But the posts play on the fears that many have about the ill effects on our health, and to whip up anti-Japanese sentiment, but also anti-Western sentiment in China, because China has been supported by the International Atomic Energy Agency, as well as the EU and the US. And scientists, including Chinese experts, said that the water release would have a very low effect on human health and the environment. But despite that, we don't really have all the facts yet. Only time will tell. So it does remain a somewhat open question, which means that it is an easy issue for the Chinese government to whip up and to spread misinformation about. But in any case, these videos are fake, Delano.
Emerald, thank you very much for that. Emerald Maxwell there with Truth or Fake. More news coming up. Stay with us.